What's up, gang? It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Remember, this show is about those of us who don't want to chase algorithms and we don't want to play the silly games of social platforms, but we do want to make an impact and we do want to connect with people in a meaningful way. And so we use the tools, right, of social platforms and other technology in order to find our tribe and help them along the way. So I want to talk about integrity gaps today. If you saw my post earlier today, you can, it sort of sets the frame for this, but I want to dive into the problems that we find and the possibilities on the other side of those problems as it relates to integrity gaps. So let's just dive right in, shall we? The first problem that I think we bump into in business and life is that we know what to do, but we don't do it. That's the first problem. Like, we know what to do, but we don't do it. Now, I could look at this inside of my own life. If you look at diets, if we look at working out and exercise, recently for me, I would say alcohol has been one of the ones on my radar, right? Where I just keep having these winks from the universe, these nods, these promptings that it's like, hey, listen, you should probably stop drinking so much, right? It's not even like it's bad and wrong. I think that's been the thing, is like the inner is like, you can't tell me what to do, universe. I'll do what I want to do. And so what? For my adult life, I just will continue to drink because that's what I choose to do it, because the universe can't make me not do it. And yet, here's what's opening up for me. Here's what I'm seeing. I just keep seeing like these little prompts, these little things that come across my path. Whether it's I saw Brene Brown yesterday post something about being sober for 23 years. And that's just one thing, right? But my intuition, my own prompting, it's like, hey, here's something you should consider. Hey, here's something you should do. And then when I list out all the things about it, right? Like if I look at all the things about alcohol, it's like, it makes my mouth dry, probably gives me bad breath, right? Like it makes my stomach puff out, makes me fat. Not fat like, and fat, like I could grab the fat, but inflamed fat, right? It makes me foggy from the afternoon until the evening. So I lose all this productivity and time. Like, look, there are all sorts of things that when you know what there is to do and then you resist it, this is the beginning of an integrity gap, right? And it's not right or wrong. It's just that there's something else possible on the other side of it if we would just surrender to it. Here's the second problem. You distract yourself, right? You distract yourself by chasing other things. So once you know what to do and don't do it, you're like, let's take the alcohol thing, for example. I don't want to look at that. So let me go try other things. Let me go investigate other things. Now, if it's in business and you know what to do and aren't doing it, you'll go you'll read other books, you'll check out other programs, you'll do all sorts of other things just to distract yourself from doing the thing that keeps showing up for you to do. Here's the third problem. Because of all that distraction, you're way behind where you should be in life and in business, financially, whatever it is for you. And you know you're behind. But again, you keep distracting yourself because you don't want to really look at the thing that you know to do and then don't do. And then here's the fourth problem. You have no power or momentum, right? No power, momentum. Which just makes sense. Like if you keep distracting yourself and you keep not doing what you know to do, then of course you're going to feel like you're powerless in the face of the things you're trying to do. You want to produce a result, but you're not willing to do the things that you know to do. So here's the good news. On the other side of this, there is something else possible for you and for me, right? In the space of doing things that we know to do. And the first thing is that you know what to do. The first possibility is that you know what to do. Oh my God. And then you do it. Like you could just do it. You don't have to fight it. You could just do it, right? And if you did it, here's the second thing that becomes possible, right? That you become laser focused and on fire. Rather than distracting yourself, right, and chasing other things, you could actually become laser focused and on fire. And I think those of us in business, that's what we want. Like what we want is to have that feeling of on point, on purpose, on fire. And we know when we don't feel that way, and it's unsettling. Here's the third possibility, right? Once you're on fire, you take you quickly take action, right? Or we quickly take ground on your targets, right? So rather than you being behind where you know you should be, you actually are making progress quickly. You're taking ground quickly in life and business. Why? Because you're simply doing the things you know to do. And here's the fourth possibility. You feel more powerful and in control than ever before. You feel more powerful and in control than ever before. Again, most of us, I think, in life want to feel like we have this sense of control. You know, the longest time in business, I think what was missing for me was it wasn't vision. I had vision. I'm like, this is where I want to go. But it was the feeling like I couldn't produce the result. Like I could see what doesn't work. I could see where I wanted to go. And then I felt like I couldn't produce the result. And a lot of my years in business, I spent not doing the things I knew to do, right? I spent a lot of my business inside of integrity gaps. And so I felt frustrated and powerless in the face of all that. And then I'm telling you just my own journey, right? And then because I felt powerless, I thought, well, maybe I could find an answer in something else, right? And earlier on in my adult life, it was a lot of external advice or wisdom or counsel coming in, and then my rebellious spirit being like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll do what I want to do, right? But then as I've gotten older, it's more now about my own intuition telling me what to do. And I'm like, oh, you can't tell me what to do. Universe, you can't tell me what to do. Intuition, you don't know what's best for me. And then I push back on and rebel against the very thing that's trying to help me. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Integrity gaps are not bad things. Integrity gaps are good things. And they actually help you. They actually serve you to move you from where you are to where you want to be, right? And if you would just lean into the integrity gap, be curious about the integrity gap, embrace what the integrity gap is showing you, and then take action, I think what you'd find is like the universe is on your side. God is for you, not against you. And if you would just lean into the promptings that are there for you, like, hey, you should eat properly, you should eat well, you should exercise, you should stop drinking alcohol, in my case, right? You should go do Facebook Lives every day. Hope we didn't get conviction there. Listen, there are things that you want in life and in business, and in some ways you already know what they are, and all there is to do is lean into them. And as you start to lean into them, I think what you'll find are the possibilities I outlined in this video, right? Here, let's hit them one more time. Here's what's possible when you lean into the integrity gap and close it. Number one, you know what to do and you do it. Number two, you are laser focused and on fire. Number three, you're quickly taking ground like never before, right? And you feel more powerful and in control than ever before. These are the things that are possible when we actually start to close the integrity gaps. So that's it for today, gang, in this episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. I will catch you later today in the principles. There are 4 principles that move us from here to there inside of integrity gaps. I'm going to outline those 4 principles for you in the audio version or the audio extension of this conversation. And I will link that back up in the comments of this post later today when that is available. But until then, just start to lean into and document and notice what you keep feeling you're supposed to do and keep avoiding. All right, we'll catch you tomorrow for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us, and then we'll catch you this afternoon for the 4 principles that move us through integrity gaps to the other side. See you, gang.